welcome to my channel. I am Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. I am super excited to be filming this video today. I have been waiting for what feels like forever. When this came last night, it was like Christmas, and I was like, oh my gosh, tomorrow I get to film this video. So I am going to be filming a look with the Conspiracy palette. I did not get the whole collection. I got the palette, and then I got the lip set. I didn't get the mirrors or the extended palette. This is the look that I created with this set. If you guys want to see how I got here, just keep watching. Also, I would really appreciate it if you guys would hit the subscribe button. Let's get into it. So I'm starting with my brows done and my eyes already primed. I figured it would just help this go smoother because really we are all here for the Conspiracy collection. So let's go ahead and just open these guys up. I thought this was super fun and it's got texture to it. Slide it out of the little lid box pouch thingy here, and then you've got the palette inside, so just go ahead and take that out. Here it is, guys. Here is the palette. I did not realize how cool this palette was going to look in person. I love the matte and the shimmer swirl. I love that it comes to this little triangular diamond peak here, and then of course it's got Shane Dawson's little, oh, it's not little, it's actually pretty good sized, his logo, and then it's got these really cool briefcase like clamps, and then all of these amazing shades. I mean, you have such a huge range of shades. You have blues and greens and yellows and oranges and reds and a whole line of neutrals. So I'm really excited to mess around with this palette. I have several looks I want to do, but I'm not sure where I want to go with this. Like, it's exciting, but so let's set that aside and we'll show you the lipstick collection. And of course it's got the iconic Shane Dawson pig face on it, and you open her up and she's a beautiful bright pink on the inside with each of the lipsticks with their names right next to it. There's a few shades in here, like the shade called Shane and the shade called I Gotta Go, which is this one and this one. I'm not sure if I will ever use those, but for sure the red and then the pinks are something that I can totally get down with. Like I said, I'm not sure where I want to go with this palette. Like, there's so many options. I think I want to dip into the shade called Pigment, which is this nice, pretty, true, like bubblegum pink. And I'm going to work that shade into the crease, but I just want to, like, I barely tapped into it, and I don't know if you can see how much dust and fallout is already on the palette. I'm going to go ahead and shake her off good, and I'm going to start with that color right in the crease. So that tells me I need to go in with a really light hand. That pink shade into the crease and then down onto the lid. I'm starting by really kind of putting that pigment down and then smoking it out. I think next I'm going to take that bright pink shade called Trisha, and I'm going to work that shade into the outer crease. Now I want to take my concealer and I want to cut out a crease. So I'm just going to take my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Porcelain Beige. I'm going to go with a concealer brush, and I'm going to cut out that crease. Now, I have not done a cut crease in a hot minute, so this is going to take me a little bit to get it good. Once you've spent 25 minutes tackling that cut crease, I'm going to use that shade called Ranch, which is a really light shimmery shade. Pack that on over that area that we just cut out. And then I'm going to feather it over where the pink and the concealer meet. I'm also going to work that same shade down into the outer corner. This will kind of be our outer corner shade, our outer corner highlight. Now I'm going to go back in with that original shade, which was called Pigment, and I'm going to work that over top of the outer edge where those two, where the cut crease and the shadow meet, and I'm just going to kind of feather that over it. Then I'm going to go back into the shade called Trisha, and again focusing it right on the outer corner. I'm just going to really pack that shade in. I'm going to take that shade called Diet Cola, which is this bright silvery shade, and I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to place that right in the center of that cut crease, right over the eye. This will give it a bright popping effect. I'm going to set this palette aside, work on my skin now. I'm going to take just a makeup wipe and clean up any fallout. I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics CC Cream Foundation in the shade Fair, and I'm going to do a little bit on the back of my beauty sponge and buff that on my skin. Sticking with the same concealer, my Shape Tape, I'm going to go ahead and conceal my under eyes. I look wild right now. To bake my under eye, I'm going to use my ABH loose setting powder, and I'm going to take my Tarte beauty sponge and set those under eyes. While we're letting our under eyes bake, I'm going to go back into the palette and I'm going to use that shade called Ranch, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone. Then I'm going to take a really dense brush and just kind of soften that line between the shadow and the brow highlight. thing I find out this palette is it does take a little bit of like getting a nail or getting a really good grip on it to get it open. It's not the easiest to open, but it's not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and set our face. I'm going to be using my Coty Translucent Airspun Powder, which I just got a brand new one of these, so I'll take the little doobie guy out of there and get a little sticker. So I'm going to start by sweeping away that excess baking. Gonna bronze up using my NARS Diffuse Bronzer in the shade Seaside. I'm gonna quickly contour my nose using that same bronzer shade. For highlight, I'm going to take the ColourPop Horse and Carriage highlight. This was from their Disney Designer collection. For blush, I'm going to be taking this really soft light pink shade in the Morphe 9N palette. Now that my skin is practically finished, we're going to go back into the eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to jump into the shade called Pigment again with just a nice tiny little flat brush here, and I'm going to smoke out that bottom lash line. I'm going to really pat that shade down in the outer corner and then just softly feather it out as we go. Sticking with that same brush, I'm going to jump back into the shade Trisha and focus that right on the outer corner. Then I kind of feel like some of that inner corner shade got covered up when we were doing all our setting and stuff. So I'm going to go back and grab that shade Ranch and just freshen up that inner corner. I feel like I want the inner corner to have a little more sparkle or bling to it. So I'm going to grab my Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow in the shade Diamond Dust. And I'm just going to take the end of that little doe foot applicator and just tap on a little bit of glitter right in that inner corner highlight. To finish off the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and throw on some mascara. I'm going to be using the Roller Lash from Benefit to start, and then I'm going to top it off with the Superhero Mascara from IT Cosmetics. Now we're going to take the lip set, and I think I want to use a combo of some of these lip colors. I'm going to be taking 3 lip shades out of this palette. They're going to be JEFFREE WTF, Oh My God, and Ryland. So these are the 3 colors I'm going to be taking out. I'm going to start with these 2 and then maybe add the shimmery top on afterwards. But so my base color is going to be JEFFREE WTF. So they're really creamy, super lightweight. They don't have a lot of, it doesn't really feel like I'm putting anything on my lips. Although they do kind of have a minty scent to them. So pink is just a little bit darker than I want. So I'm going to take the shade called Oh My God, which is this really pale bubblegum pink, over top. I absolutely love that combination of the pinks, but I want to just get a little extra crazy and add that third shade, which was called Ryland. This is pretty similar to the last shade I put on, but it's shimmery, so I'm going to add just a little bit of that on too, over the top. Alright, that turned out really pretty. It is a little bit more of a hot pink than the eye is. I almost forgot to spray my face down, so I went ahead and used my NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. And set her down. Alright guys, so here we are. This is the look I came up with this collection. If you guys want to see what other looks I come up with, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you liked how this came out, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.